What do I love about Suffolk? What do I love about Suffolk? What do I love about Suffolk? My mates.
My nan.
My hairdresser.
My social worker.
Ipswich FC.
Latitude Festival.
What do I love about Suffolk?
Hunt Club music venue in Bury.
Ed Sheeran is from near here. Channing Tatum lives here.
Myrtle Forest, where they filmed some of Star Wars. It's near Norwich.
It's near Cambridge.
It's near London.
Abbey Gardens.
Berry Market. Berry Christmas Fair. Beaches.
Boot sales.
My estate.
Meet up in Thetford.
The Quiet.
What do I love about Suffolk? What do I love? What do I love about Suffolk? Nice attractors.
Decent phone signal.
Wild swimming spots.
It's flat, so I don't have to go up many hills.
Smells nice.
Easy to understand accents.
Multicultural.
People are alright.
It's great for the over 65 community. It's the fourth most sexually adventurous county in the UK.
Ladies, gentlemen, and all those clever enough to have transcended gender, people always ask me how I started out and became this fearless, famous teen queen who sashays before you today. I first saw Drag Race when I was 10, and I knew then that I wanted to be a professional drag queen. I knew then that it was going to be pretty hard to do in Bury St Edmunds. Or at least I thought it was. About 6 months ago, I just left college with BTECs in arts, drama and dance, so obviously I found myself working on Dad's farm. Yas, queen! Pretty hard to work on a farm in hills, but Dad says he doesn't mind me wearing them. Well, he didn't say that, but I refuse to take them off, so he doesn't have much of a choice really. I don't want to spend my life pumping cow shit around. I didn't know what to do. That night, I'm lip syncing to I Want to Break Free when Mum sticks her head round my door.
What's up with you?
Don't knock, will ya? I'm fine. Nothing's up. Why do you think something's up?
You hardly touched your tea.
It was full of carbs. Told you. Not eating carbs.
What's up?
Chasing geese, getting horse shit on my chimmy chews. Hardly what I want to do with my life. I have a choice to make. Keep the truth bottled up as I have for years, or finally tell Mum what I want to be. Before my head can think it through, my voice says, I want to be a drag queen, Mum. I know. You're shocked. Mum looks at my heels and feather boa. Are you mad then? Or ashamed?
Why would I be? I'm proud that you're brave enough to be yourself.
Your son wants to be a drag queen, Mum. That isn't normal. Why are you being nice? I want drama.
It's normal for you. What's normal anyway? If you want to be a drag queen, how do you go about doing it?
In Bury St Edmunds? I don't know, do I? Don't know where to start, to be honest. I don't know what my drag name is yet.
You don't need to know that just yet, but you do need a dress.
Where am I going to get a dress from on my wage?
Have a look round Bury charity shops. I'm sure that's where RuPaul finds her frocks.
In Oxfam, I found this perfect literary dress in my size, which is a size 6. Alright, a size 8. I'm just about to take the dress to the till when I turn around and see Kane Kelly and the other lads who used to bully me at college. They used to give me shit for simply existing. It's for my mum actually, so...
Yeah, right. Gay boy.
Yes, Kane, I am a gay boy. If I call me that, you calling me that isn't offensive, is it? You unemployable, underqualified, small-minded, small-dicked prick. I've heard it's like a tic-tac, Kane.
Why are you buying a dress? You ain't gonna start drag, are ya? I knew you were a freak.
That word. It makes me feel 5 again. I'm just about to put the dress back on the rail when behind me I hear another voice say,
Don't you pissin' dare, flower. Don't you dare put that dress back 'cause of what that twat thinks. Out.
Why are you sticking up for that gay boy? He ain't natural.
Loads of animals are gay, flower. Only one animal is homophobic. Humans. So what's natural? Open a book before you open your mouth, dickhead. Now go on, F off, before I call the police.
And looking like they're five again, Kane and his gang of roadmen scuttle out the shop. Thanks for speaking up for me.
We got to, Flower. Men gotta be like this, women gotta be like that. Piss off. No tat.
No. I'm a drag queen.
Good for you. Doing any gigs locally?
Where could I do gigs round here?
Could try flex.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
That night I'm trying on my dress for Mum when Dad walks in. Shit a brick.
What's all this?
It's nothing. It's, for a fancy dress party.
Right then.
Phew.
No, it ain't. Thought we raised you to tell the truth.
And in that moment, I have a choice to make. But before I can give it more thought, my voice says, it's my drag dress. I've always wanted to be a drag queen, so I'm gonna give it a go. And Dad looks at me, at Mum, who glares at him, back at me, who avoids his eye, and then he says,
Good lad. Proud of you. Following your dreams. Just glad it weren't your dream be a farmhand, because, no offence, lad, but you are shit at that.
and we laugh. And he gives me a monkey scrub, just like he's always done when he's proud of me. Don't mess up my hair, Dad. Got an interview at Flex in a minute,
A drag night?
the big beefy club owner says.
In Bury? Are there lots of them? BLT people in Bury?
LGBTQ people. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer or questioning people. And yes, loads.
I think I'd need to see you audition before I say yes.
Audition. The next day I'm strutting through town when outside Flex, sat on their bikes, I see Kane Kelly and his gang of roadmen.
Word's got round you're planning on holding a drag night. You think you're bulletproof, don't you? But I know the bullet.
Yeah. Gay boy, faggot, bender. Told you before, Kane, if I call myself those things, you calling me those things isn't an insult.
You're unlovable.
What?
That's the bullet. When you put that dress and makeup on, you're unlovable.
Kane and his roadmen cycle off sniggering, and I fuck up the audition. I can't hear the music when I lip sync, cause all I can hear is Kane, freak, faggot, bender, bumboy. You're unlovable. The big beefy owner of Flex calls an end to the audition.
And I didn't think Bury needed a drag night or LGBTQ night.
Thanks for remembering.
Disrespectful not to. But after hearing what you just said about how people are to you in the town, I think Bury does need this. But I think you need more confidence to run it. Now, I'll get advertising this drag night. Friday night alright for you?
It's Friday night, and Mum, Dad, the woman from the charity shop, and all my friends I've Facebook invited are up in the club. The owner of the bar says,
What's your drag name then?
Shit. I don't know. I still don't have one.
You're kidding. Well, think of one quick. Bury awaits.
Berry. Berry St. Edmunds. That's my drag name.
Bury it is, mate.
And I hear the beat of the music. And I hear Kane Kelly's words beating in my head. Freak. Faggot. Bender. Bumboy. Unloved. But they're drowned out by other words beating in my heart. Mum saying this is normal for you. Dad saying I'm proud of you. The women from the charity shop saying it's no one's business what you do with your bits. The owner of Flex saying they don't hate you, they envy you, to change your attitude towards them. My very being saying this is me, and this is what I want. And I step out of the darkness of the wings, and I sashay into the spotlight, and I hear whoops and cheers and applause, and then I hear...
Freak, faggot, bender, bumboy.
And everyone turns to see Kane Kelly and his gang of roadmen pissed in the centre of the club. I have a choice to make. Let the haters change my night and make me feel unlovable, or just change my attitude towards them, not let them hurt me, and just get on with my gig. But before I can make a decision, Mum's twisting Kane's arm behind his back, and Dad's got Kane's roadman mates by the scruffs of the neck, and the owner of Flex is escorting Kane and his lads out the club, and the lady from the charity shop is phoning the police to report a hate crime, and the crowd keep cheering. And in that moment, I feel properly loved. I feel like I properly love myself. And I sashay, shantae, death drop, slut drop, high kick and lip sync the house down, cause I am a freak Flex. freakily good at being an individual and being a drag queen. And I am unlovable, Flex. But only to those jealous haters who don't yet love themselves. And I am a gay boy, Flex. And if I call myself that, haters calling me that isn't an insult. And you know what, Flex? I am bulletproofed. I am loved. And so are you.
Why are you here?
I don't know, to be fair.
How are you here?
Again, dunno, mate.
Aren't older people supposed to, like, have all the answers or something?
When I was your age, I had all the answers. Now I'm older. All I've got is questions.
You're fat.
You're rude. Forgot how rude I used to be.
Why are you fat? Why aren't you all, like, hench and that?
Now I'm older. I'm just glad my body works. I stopped thinking about being hench. More important things to think about now.
Like what?
Like eating Mackie D's with mates. Like having Sunday dins with the fam.
When do I start saying fam? And I hate the fam. They don't understand me.
Only 'cause you don't understand you yet. So how can they understand you? You don't understand you 'cause you're a teenager. You're still cooking. But when you've been through puberty, learnt who you are, you'll show your folks, and then they'll understand you.
You the best.
At what?
At anything.
I'm the best version of me 'cause I stopped trying to fit in and started being myself.
You got a good job.
Got loads of good jobs.
What's that mean?
Work in a pub, and a cafe, and a bookshop.
They're not good jobs.
They make me feel good.
So you're not, like, famous then?
Well, lots of people know and love me.
For what?
For being myself, for being kind, for being a good talker and a better listener.
So you're not, like, rich then?
Not cash rich, no.
What's that mean?
I've got some great friends.
So you're happy?
No, but I'm not unhappy.
I want to, like, be happy all the time.
You won't be. You can't be. 'Cause life isn't one long party. It's lots of little parties with lots of clearing up from the last one. And lots of saving up and looking forward to the next one.
You still a virgin?
Yeah, and that's okay.
You in love?
No, and that's okay too.
What about Alex?
We break up with Alex.
What? Why?
'Cause we're similar kids, but we grow into different adults.
Is love, like, not real then?
Yeah, just not with Alex.
So you're in love now?
Not with a person.
What's that mean?
I'm in love with books and music and Suffolk. In love with lots of things.
Why aren't you bothered that you don't, like, love someone?
'Cause there's more important things to be bothered about. Like loving yourself.
Why are you looking at me like that?
'Cause sometimes you won't feel like you love yourself. Sometimes you won't feel like you love life. Sometimes you'll want to end it.
Why don't I end it then?
'Cause when you feel sad, you learn to write it out or talk it through or dance it off. You remind yourself that there's always an old friend to catch up with or a new friend to meet. You remind yourself that there's always new books to read and new plays to watch and new music to hear and new foods to try and new places to discover. And all that is worth sticking around for. All right?
All right. Cheers.
Don't mention it. Now, go on. Piss off and live. Be yourself. Be kind. Find your people. Work hard. Play harder. Fail again, but fail better. Enjoy the journey.
I will. I will.
Mihao. Michal? Michal. Yes, I'm sure that's how you spell it. Michal. Yes, I'm sure that's how you pronounce it. Michael. You can just put Michael. Yeah, that's fine. Where am I from? You know, I can see that question coming before it comes. It's kind of like a superpower. Not everyone asks. Most people don't, but with an almost 100% success rate, I can correctly guess who will. Mama said we wouldn't be here long. 2 years maybe? Max. I wonder if she'll just saying that to get me on board. It's been 4 years now. I know it sounds stupid, but the thing I was most disappointed by when I got here was the lack of skyscrapers. I always thought England was full of them. I guess I was imagining New York. It's silly, I know. The closest thing we have to a skyscraper here is the sugar beet factory. It didn't take me long to master the language. I used to watch a lot of American movies back home. Home. I was pretty fluent when I got here, but I was still saying things like trash can instead of bin and washroom instead of toilet. People didn't like it. They thought I was doing it deliberately, like to wind them up. Show I was better than them. I wasn't too sharp when I first got here. Smart, but not street smart, you know. At school, they let us out from year 7 into the world. We were allowed to hit the high street with our coins and get lunch. Fish, chips, doner kebab, fried chicken, chicken bites. You could bring it back and eat in the canteen, or you could bring your own lunch in. Mama wasn't keen on me eating junk food so early in the term she had made me bigos. Sausage, meat, cabbage. Kind of like a stew. She had packed a Tupperware box for me, and I headed for the microwaves. It was literally a schoolboy error. It started after about 30 seconds. The smell of the cabbage travelled first, reached all the nostrils in the room before the meat did. Kind of like how light travels faster than sound.
Michal farted.
The one who smelt it dealt it.
Silent but violent.
I protested, saying it was the stew, the bigos. But the more I denied the source of the smell, the more they laughed. There's this one boy in my form, swears a lot. Every other word starts with F. He didn't take too kindly to my usual school microwaves. After school that day, he followed me out of the gates, and when we got to the top of the road, shielded by the bus stop, he started to punch and kick me. No warning, no preamble, no messing about. Students walked by, possibly even a few teachers. No one stopped or said anything. Except one kid. Not in my form, but in the year. He's the only black student in the entire school. Everyone knows him, and surprisingly, no one messes with him. Being the only black kid in this kind of school is a tough gig, but some people just have that, like a superpower, like a protective shield around them. Without hesitating, he rushed in, separated us like a referee in a boxing ring. Sweary boy told me to F off and left. My new friend helped me up, dusted me off. He walked me home. I said I was fine to go home alone, but he insisted. When I got home that day, Mama asked me,
How was your day?
Fine.
What did you do?
Nothing. That was the last time I brought bigos in. After that, I started making my own sandwiches. Cheese, ham, tomato, anything but. My friend, he has a long name that even the teachers wince at when they have to call the register. They ask him all the time if they can shorten it, or if he has a nickname. And he tells them, no. They can't shorten it, and he doesn't have a nickname. He gets asked a lot. That question. Where are you from? The difference between me and my friend is that he gets asked it before opening his mouth, and I get asked it after. If I keep my mouth shut, people think I belong. Without blinking or hesitating, he always says, "From here." And if people try to engage him in a further conversation, cross-examining him with, "Where are you really from?" or try to catch him out by asking where each of his family members were born, he will just walk away. He will literally walk away from a conversation. Leave a person hanging if they ask a stupid question. Can you believe that? Oh, it's ready? Thanks. It's Mihao, by the way. On my cup, you can put Mihao.
Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. No, I will not mind my fucking language. I know what you're fucking thinking. You don't have to say anything. I can see it in your eyes. What do you even fucking know about us? About here? What? You trained in London and now you're here for a fucking term or two. Maybe a year if we're lucky. To work with people like me. A bit of rough. The disadvantaged. The left behind. The fucked. I know how you fucking people are. We live on estates. You live on estates. People like you fucking wear quilts instead of sleeping under them. Your diamonds divide us. You work in these schools, but you wouldn't send your own kids here. Not in a million fucking years. I know people like you laugh about people like me and your dinner parties over your cheese boards and your Malbec. And if you don't laugh and then you get all fucking serious and sad and shake your head about the sorry state of these fucking kids. Why do the parents even have them if they can't give them a good life? A life like ours. I fucking see you. You don't see me. Not really. No, I do not need to fucking calm down. I am fucking calm. You know, one time I spent 5 fucking days straight in here. 5 fucking days. And for what? Some Polish dickhead in class kicks off at me, and yes, I punched him. But he fucking started it. And he gets to stay. What does that say? Why does he get special fucking treatment and I don't? I was in here for 5 fucking days. No one to speak to. Is this the school's way of introducing us to solitary? Nobody gave me any work. I was sitting in this fucking booth like a horse with 2 blinders on. 2 blinkers on. Like a fucking horse. You know how you can't trust horses to walk straight ahead if they don't have these fucking blinders on because they'll just get distracted by everything around them. There's nothing here to be distracted by. There's a book I read. Yeah, don't look surprised. I read. I can read. We need to talk about Kevin. Fuck me, do we need to talk about Kevin? To be honest, I picked it up because our names match. I thought it was a book about me. I'm vain like that. There's this quote at the beginning of it, which is fucking spot on. Spot on. A child needs your love most when it deserves it least. People like you don't read books like that, but you fucking should. You fucking should. Why do I swear so much? Why don't you swear at all? Fuck is a profane English language word, which often refers to the act of sexual intercourse, but is also commonly used as an intensifier or to denote disdain. I like intensity. I fucking love it. What can I say? What? Well, my fucking behaviour has nothing to do with my dad's death. How do you even know about that? Counselling? Are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather stay here for the rest of my life. Blinker me up. How do you know about my dad? My dad was a cunt. I'm glad he's fucking dead. No, I don't fucking miss him. Not one bit. He didn't do fucking shit for me. It's better he's dead. At least I got 500 quid out of it. More than he gave to me when I was alive. Why are you still fucking here? The clue's in the name. It's an isolation booth. Fuck off. Why are you still fucking here? No, I don't need a tissue. I don't need a tissue. I'm good, thanks. I'll use my uniform. It only clothes me. It absorbs my tears. 2 for the price of 1, right? I'm sorry about what I said. About you being all, you know. About you liking Malbec. I'm sure you like Merlot too.
What do I want to change about Suffolk?
I want warmer weather.
I want more things to do.
I want a better nightlife.
I want a bigger drag scene.
I want more art galleries. I want more forests.
I want public transport to be free.
I want more people.
I want more people who still have the Suffolk accent.
I want less old people.
I want people in the street to smile back at me.
I want to get rid of Sunday drivers.
I want to get rid of the roadmen who gather outside Mackey's.
I want to get rid of the people who shout from Berry Market stalls.
I want to get rid of the smell from the sugar factory.
I want to get rid of the smell from the brewery.
I want to preserve the old buildings that people are getting rid of.
I want to get rid of Tory MP Joe Churchill.
I want there to be less hunting.
I want to stop schools being overcrowded.
I want teachers to stop seeing us as numbers instead of students.
I want to get rid of the uniform code when not everyone can afford a uniform.
I want to stop the bullies who hurt my baby brother for being good at drawing at school.
I want to stop the lads who are after my brother from smashing my bedroom windows, thinking they're my brother's windows.
I want gangs to stop throwing fireworks into my house so Mum won't have to tape up the letterbox.
I want to get rid of the teenagers who hang outside my house at night.
I want to be able to leave my house without feeling intimidated.
I want Dad to understand my anxiety. I want Mum to understand my sexuality.
I want people to just let me be myself. Sam should be here any time now. She's always late. What's she like? I'm never late. I can't afford to be. Not with Mum. It's bad enough leaving her when I'm at school. I spend most of the day thinking about if she's all right, texting to check in. On her bad days, she doesn't text back. She can't. She won't. I don't know. Or I'll call and she won't pick up, and then I'm panicking that something's happened. And then I've got to decide whether it's serious enough to run home and check in on her, or if she'll make it through the day. If I can get to home time. To care or not to care? That is the question. 'Cause it is a choice, right? You can either stay and help, or you can run away. You can leave. You can have your own life, or you can help someone have theirs. Can you imagine if I went in there and said that? That would be the end of my short-lived acting career. To be honest, I'm a bit stuck either way. If I don't get in, well, that will just be rubbish, but if I do get in, that will be lush, but what about Mum? I've thought about this a million times. Like, do I take her down to London with me? Or can I study in the week and then come straight back on Friday evening, spend the whole weekend with Mum and then leave late on Sunday night? Or is there a place Mum can go for 3 years and then once I graduate and become a famous actor, I'll have so much money I can buy a house for me and Mum and we won't ever have to be apart again? Where is she? I'm paying her for this, Sam, out of the carer's allowance. It's not much, but it's something. That's the benefits of being the firstborn, ain't it? You can do what you like, and you get paid for it. I hope Sam hasn't forgotten. She wouldn't have. Let me text her. Sam's a whiz on the phone. She'll get back to me in no time, you watch. Any second now, my phone will ping and she'll be like, "So sorry, I'm literally in the stairwell, see you soon." Any second now. The audition cost £55. They do have a section where they say you may be entitled to a free audition, but I didn't want any special treatment. Didn't want people feeling sorry for me, you know? Like, if they know I'm one of the free ones and I walk into that room, I'd hate to see their faces looking at me all sad and sorry and, oh, poor you. I couldn't bear that. Don't like the idea they might give me a place just because I've got a sob story. Look at me. I'm fine. I'm not sobbing, am I? I'm only doing this because Mrs. Bell said I had something. Said it was rare to see it, but when you know, you know. Mrs. Bell said it was something to do with the stillness of my eyes, and that however still they are, there's still so much emotion there. Like a musician who has total control over their instrument. Mrs. Bell runs after-school drama as well as the drama department in school. I've only made it to our after-school club once, because of... It was really fun. It's fine. There's still time. Sam will be here. She always does this, see? She likes to keep us on our toes. Mum's not been in a good place for a while now. The doctor asked her to keep a mood diary so we can track it. Look for patterns. Identify triggers. But part of Mum's condition is to not be consistent. To not do things in the right order, to be up and down. So I keep a diary. For her. Once I've done my homework for the evening, I write a few lines in a book about how Mum's been that day. If there was anything that we could have done differently. That sort of thing. Maybe Sam's bus has got caught in traffic. Traffic is pretty bad at this time, actually. The worst. That's what it is. She's on the bus. Sam never picks up. That's why I never call. It's probably for the best I don't go, to be honest. Mum's not been well, and sometimes she lashes out at Sam for not coming more often. So I don't want to upset Mum by disappearing for half a day. She won't like that. And then Sam will get upset that Mum's upset, and then there'll be 2 upset people in the flat rather than 1. That is not good maths. It's probably for the best.
I'm gonna do it. Today, I'm gonna get out of bed. 1, 2, 3. I can't. Man up. That's what they say. But what does that mean? What do I do? I don't know how to man up, and not knowing how to do that makes me feel like more of a clueless failure, which makes me feel worse. 1, 2, 3. I can't. You're just sad, not depressed. That's what they say. But I've felt sad before, and this don't feel like sadness. This feels like illness. This feels like a disease of thoughts. This feels like my head's on fire, but no one can see the flames. When I feel sad, I have a cry, listen to Lizzo, watch Netflix, then I'm champion. But none of those things have helped shift this. 1, 2, 3. I can't. Just stop being lazy. That's what they say. But I don't feel lazy. I feel worn out. And I've never been lazy. I've always done all the coursework teachers set me. I've always been to all the clubs parents sent me to. 1, 2, 3. I can't. Just get out of the house and you'll feel better. That's what they say. My head wants to, but my body won't let me move. The air feels like it's made of brick. I can't breathe it in. I can't move through it. 1, 2, 3. I can't. Just do something you love. That's what they say. I don't feel like I love anything anymore. I don't feel anything anymore. 1, 2, 3. I can't. Just see someone you love. That's what they say. I want to, but I also don't want to see anyone, including myself. And friends stopped visiting me as they said it was boring because I'm not the Joker anymore. They just kept telling me to man up. You're just sad, not depressed. You should get out of the house. 1, 2, 3. But I can't. I can't get up. I can't get out. So what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? All starts when Dan Davies starts on me. We're rowing over some girl or something. Can't remember. Rowing about which one of us you'd rather be with or something. When Dan starts chatting shit, right? And I'm proper fuming when he disrespects my old man, right? And when I see my old man get proper fuming and that, he has to punch it just to calm down and that. So that's what I do. I twat Dan square in the face. And I feel his nose explode under my right fist. His face looks like jam. Miss sends me to the booth to calm down and that. And sitting in there with just my head and my anger for company is supposed to calm me down. When I start punching the walls and that, Miss Cooper, the SSO, student support officer, right? She comes in, tries to calm me down and that. Sneaks me a Capri Sun from her bag and that. Lets me play with her Rubik's Cube keyring and that. Love Miss Cooper. Reminds me of Mum. Sometimes I kick off in class, right? Just so I'll be sent to the booth so that I can see Miss Cooper. That's the only way you get to see your SSO and that. Always told they're too busy when I ask to see them for a chat. In their office, yeah, the head tells me they've called my old man and that, but my old man didn't pick up. He's probably just busy or something. Yeah, house to run all on his own and that, so. But my uncle, right, social worker, busybody, he picks up and that. Says he's on his way in. So I'm in the head's office, right? Got my uncle looking daggers at me this side. Head looking daggers at me this side. And Dan grinning at me. Because the head's just said the prick has to decide whether or not to press charges and that. And I'm what the fuck? Only twatted him. Little punch. You chatting about press charges. Then he says,
I ain't gonna press charges. Don't want no trouble. We'll shake and make up.
And in my head I'm thinking, what the fuck, brother? I'd have pressed charges on you, you gimp. Got you sent right down, mate. Then the head says,
You're suspended, with immediate effect. You'll be referred to Berry's PRU.
And I'm what's the PRU when it's at home? And the head's
PRU stands for Pupil Referral Unit. It's a behavioural centre. Sort yourself out, Adam, or else you won't be suspended, you'll be expelled.
Inside I'm thinking, don't you think I want to sort myself out? I don't like being like this. I don't know why I'm like this. Help me find out what's making me behave like this instead of lecturing me, sticking me in the fucking booth, making me feel like a criminal. My uncle drives me home to tell my old man what's happened and that, but he's asleep when we get there. My uncle says because he's drunk and that, but I know it's because he's worn out running a house on his own, so my uncle wants me to come and stay with him and that. But I'm fuck off, yeah? I want to stay with Dad. I'm staying with my old man, all right? Then he says, All right, well, I'll pick you up Monday morning to take you to the PRU.
But I'm like, fuck that, mate. I ain't going no PRU. And I like look at my old man, snoring away, out of it. And I'm like, fine, see you Monday. Monday morning, and I'm like sat in the PRU thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? There's like 5 of us, right? All about the same age, all looking at our phones so we don't have to look at each other. The staff try and get us like chatting about ourselves and that, but I'm having none of it. Staff in these places don't really care. They're just like there for the money and that. So I don't tell them nothing. Ain't told adults nothing since mum legged it, so. Then they ask us like what we'd like to learn and that, when we're here, and how we'd like to learn it. This gets me chatting because no school's never like asked me that before. I tell them I've always wanted to like learn martial arts and that. So they like sign me up to a martial arts class and that. Suddenly I think, maybe they ain't just here for the money. Maybe they do like give a shit. Start doing martial arts and I'm boss at it. Give me something to do with my anger and that. Like, calms me down and that. Focuses my mind and that. Know what I'm saying? I do it with this lad Nathan, who I'll start like hanging about with in the day, right? Chatting to on the Xbox at night and that. Yeah, he's a good lad. After martial arts, right? They start like making me and Nath do maths and English lessons and that. And normally, right? I'd like hate all that. Kick off and that. But now, because of the martial arts and that, I'm like calmer and that. More focused and that. And I start doing alright. Then one day, Nath don't come martial arts. Then he stops like coming PRU. Staff tell me he's like left. And I feel winded. Abandoned. Like I did when mum like. And when my old man feels like this, he just like smashes shit up and that. So that's what I do. I like trash the place. Then I just like walk straight out of there and head for Greg's, mate. I'm like walking down the high street, right? When I see these roadmen. Trackies, hoodies, all that. Sat on the bench outside Mackey's and that. And they're all like...
All right, mate.
I ignore them and just like go get my steak bake. That night I like get home and that. And my uncle's there. Face like thunder. Know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't have to justify myself to you. What happens now then? Like, nowhere will have me. Feel even more like abandoned than that. Dad's like pissed off I'm now at home every day. Keeps like lashing out at me and that. More time I spend with him, more I start to like think my uncle might be right about him and that. Maybe he is a bit of a prick. So I start like spending my days walking the street and that, looking for something to do in that. Then one day, one of them roadmen outside Mackey's is like,
come here a minute, mate.
And I don't want to go over there in case they like mug me or something. But I don't want them to think I'm like scared of them or nothing, which I ain't. Ain't scared of nothing. So I walk over to them and that. And they're like,
what's that, mate?
And I'm like, nothing, brother, why? And they're like,
you look depressed as fuck, mate. See you walking this route every day, mate, with a frown and a pasty. What's wrong?
And I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're the only people who've like asked me how I'm feeling, instead of like telling me how I'm feeling and that. But I like open up to them. I start like chilling with them and tell them everything. I tell them everything about like Dan and PRU and Dad and my mum and that. And saying all this and getting out of my head and into the open and that helps my head like become quieter and that, which helps me like become calmer and that. Me and these roadmen become like best mates. Feels like we're a family and that. Then one day when I'm like chatting about how shit it is at living at home with my dad and that, they're like,
oh, mate. Sounds like what you need is your own place. Away from your old man. We can find you a place, mate. No drama.
But I'm like, I can't pay for it though, brother. And they're like,
you can, mate. Just drop off a few things for us, mate. Pick up a few things for us, mate. Errands. Running for us, and we'll find you a place to live rent-free. What you say, mate?
I'm like weighing up my options and that.
when someone behind us says,
All right.
and I recognise that voice. It's Dan Davies, the boy I twatted at school and that.
What are you doing here, Adam?
He says. And one of the roadmen says,
You know this prick, do you, Adam? Dan owes us money.
and Dan's all like,
I ain't got it yet, lads. I need more time. Sorry, fellas.
and then the roadmen asked me to prove myself by beating up Dan and that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they're like,
He can't pay, so one of us needs to teach him a lesson. You're one of us now, aren't you, brother?
I've twatted Dan before. No drama. That's what started all this. But for some reason this feels... And suddenly, Dan's legging it. And the roadmen shout at me to fucking chase him, mate. So I leg it after him. And I can hear the roadmen running after us. And I chase Dan through town past chip shops and charity shops and pound shops, down side streets and back alleys, until we come to a dead end. And suddenly I'm face to face with Dan and that. And he's all like,
You gonna do it then? Don't do this, mate. Don't get involved with this lot.
and I'm like, why should I listen to you? And Dan's like,
Look at me. This is what happens when you get involved with this lot. They offered me a flat as long as I ran drugs for them. Now I want out. They won't let me. They doubled my rent.
but I'm like, you're chatting shit, mate. They're my brothers. And Dan's like,
I thought that. Now look at me.
and suddenly the roadmen are behind us and that. And they're all like,
Twat him, Adam. Go on. Twat the prick.
and I look at Dan, at the roadmen, at Dan, at the roadmen, and then I blink. And suddenly, Dan turns into my uncle, who shakes his head at me. I blink again, and my uncle turns into Miss Cooper, my SSO, who shakes her head at me. I blink again, and Miss Cooper turns into Nath, who shakes his head at me. I blink again, and Nath turns into he turns into my mum, who shakes her head at me. I blink again, Mum's gone, and the roadmen are glaring at me. So I'm like, nah, lads, I don't want a part of this, and I don't want no flat. Thanks, but no thanks. And they're like,
Piss off then, you dickhead. Don't come near us no more. Go on. Piss off.
and I think so much for fucking family brothers. Then I leg it, stopping to turn back when I hear him start beating the shit out of Dan and that. Dan takes the beating and that, and even though I'm miles away, I can see into his eyes. Eyes as sad as mine were when Mum left and that. Eyes as angry as mine were when Mum left and that. Eyes as lonely and lost as my old man's when he's drinking and that. And although Dan don't shed a tear, I do. I cry like a fucking baby, mate. It's years of tears flood out of me or something. Then I phone my uncle, ask the prick to pick me up and that. As he's driving me, I think he ain't that much of a prick, to be fair. He's always had my back and that. He's family. My uncle's PRU says they'll have you back if you want to give it another go. And I'm yeah, I'll give it another go.
'90s night in Flex. I should be at work drinks in some swanky London bar with other high-flying business people. I shouldn't be here in Bury, clubbing on a weeknight with the people I went to school with. I sit on my own, at the edge of the dance floor, and watch my mates. Chatting, dancing, laughing, living for their little jobs and their big nights out. Deluding themselves that this is all they need to be happy. But I was told, striving, dreaming, working hard is all you need to be happy. I went to a school that told me anyone who works hard can be the best, and then you'll be happy. I've got parents who told me, if you can dream it, you can achieve it, and then you'll be happy. So I dreamt big and worked hard, I got into college, business studies. I read every book, went to every class, revised for every exam. But I only did all right. 'Cause I'm not the best. I'm normal. I'm mediocre, like everyone else. And I could deal with that if my school and parents hadn't made me think I've got to be a genius. But because they've told me that I am, and now I've realised that I'm not, I feel so fucking unhappy. Then the next song in Flex starts up. I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends. And I watch my friends laughing and dancing and drinking. Friends I've hardly seen recently because I've been striving. Friends I've been rude to because they think the key to happiness is striving to be nothing but yourself. Friends who for years I've thought are fools. But tonight I see that they are the smartest, wisest people in the universe. 'Cause maybe they are right. Maybe they've always been right. Maybe happiness is about striving to be nothing but yourself. Maybe happiness is about chatting, laughing, dancing, good mates, little jobs, and big nights out. And then the next song starts up. Everybody dance now. And I neck my pint. And I stop sitting on my own by the side of the dance floor. And I frigging moonwalk over to my mates. And we chat. And we laugh. And we dance. And I feel happy.
What questions do I have about being an adult?
Do you need to get a job?
How do you get instant fame? Why do less people in Suffolk go to uni?
What is VAT?
What questions?
What is alimony? How do I fill out a tax?
Why does education not prepare us to be adults?
How do people get hench without taking steroids?
What are cookies?
Why am I obsessed with social media?
Is my iPhone listening to me?
Are the government watching us?
How can I join the Illuminati?
Why has Brexit not happened yet?
Why do people support Jeremy Corbyn?